Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and in today's video we'll be taking a look at some fun, spicy battles in the Kanto Cup featuring Galarian Rapidash. Now Galarian Rapidash does have a very cool typing. It's a Psychic and Fairy type, and with the combination of Psycho Cut and Body Slam, it is exceedingly spammy. And on top of that, the battler who submitted these battles is running Megahorn as a surprise nuke move. Despite the fact that Galarian Rapidash is very glassy, this thing can output a heck of a lot of damage. So without further ado, let's hop into the matches and let's take a look at Galarian Rapidash in action in the Kanto Cup. Hopping into the first match and picking up the dream lead in Hypno. No baiting, going straight for the Megahorn. Let's see if the opposing Hypno respects it. They do not. Almost one-shots the Hypno. In comes Snorlax and get a counter swap into the Shadow Kanto Ninetales. Kanto Ninetales can tank one Body Slam. It's not the tankiest thing around though, so it's good to have Lapras in the back to give the team some much needed bulk. I'm going to start firing back with these Weather Balls. Only takes 3 Fire Spins to get to the second Weather Ball, so we'll be able to outpace the Snorlax on the second and force the shield. Does force the shield, that is very nice. And from here, deciding to shield up, so wanting to get some more damage, will get outpaced by the Snorlax on this rotation, unfortunately. But from here, I think you can just let this go. You don't really want Galarian Rapidash to be without shields, and then you'll get some nice farm, it looks like, on the Rapidash. Going for the farm down there, and oh, Hypno comes back in. Unfortunately, they threw a Psycho Cut. Galarian Rapidash would have won CMP, but unfortunately went for the Psycho Cut, so has to shield up the charge move. They will commit the shield, take out the Hypno, and in comes Shadow Lapras. Going straight for the Megahorn, hoping for the no shield, it lands, and now they switch into their own Lapras, and you just go straight Surf here. You want to get off some damage before they Skull Bash, and this may even encourage the last shield. They're able to get the last shield, and that's very clutch. They'll be going for the Skull Bash. This will raise the defense and do a ton of damage, but should be able to get to another Surf. This will not KO, but it will get the opposing Shadow Lapras pretty low. And the opposing Lapras does throw the Surf, and this should just about take out. Oh, lives on 1 HP, and the opposing Lapras lives on 1 HP, but Galarian Rapidash, 2-turn Psycho Cut goes before the 3-turn Ice Shard, and that is a good game. Hopping into the next match, and we have another Hypno. Oh, I am ready for an encore. Going straight for the Megahorn, and this will be doing massive damage. It lands, and now all the catch into Lapras, hoping to catch the Shadow Ball. Unfortunately, the Hypno threw the Thunder Punch, but still a very nice catch. The Lapras is hard punished by a Shadow Machamp, but they will be able to fire off this Surf, which does actually get a shield, which is very nice. And now coming back in with the Galarian Rapidash and going for the Body Slam. Body Slam will do a lot of damage. The Machamp doesn't respect it, and the Machamp dies with a ton of energy. Huge mistake by the opponent. And now all they have left in the back is a Snarl Alolan Muck. Galarian Rapidash staying in, going to be going for this Megahorn. This will be doing a lot of damage, and it does get respected. Now the opponent opting not to throw, so maybe they're trying to snarl down, but that is going to be a pretty tall task. Galarian Rapidash is so spammy, they're able to get to a Body Slam. And Galarian Rapidash finishing out the game strong, able to take out the Hypno, and Kanto Ninetales was not even needed. Alright, hopping into the third match, picking up the dream lead in Shadow Machamp. They save switch into their own Shadow Kanto Ninetales and going to counter swap into the Lapras. I like this counter swap. Lapras will of course be able to pressure shields, but on top of that, this prevents the Lapras from being aligned with the Shadow Machamp in the end game. Weather Ball does unfortunately chunk, and the Kanto Ninetales does win CMP, but the nice thing is the Lapras does not have to shield yet, so they can safely commit the first shield and they don't have to worry about going into a shield deficit. Surf comes through, and the Surf plus the Ice Shard will take out the opposing Ninetales. Unfortunately, they will get countered down before they reach a move, which is a little rough, as now the Machamp has an energy lead, and it's a Lapras in the back. So, oh my goodness, we get to see the Lapras versus Shadow Kanto Ninetales matchup play out twice. Can tank a Surf. Nice awareness there, making sure to save the shield for the closer in Galarian Rapidash. Going for the Weather Ball, actually able to force the shield, and that is massive. Being able to get that shield down is huge. because now Galarian Rapidash up a shield is going to be able to put in a ton of work. You have the Body Slam loaded, you win CMP, so all that energy that Lapras farmed down to get is now useless. They die with the energy, back in comes the Shadow Machamp, and so long as you don't get hit with probably a Rock Slide, but they don't, and now from here you can go to the Body Slam. Body Slam will be doing big damage there, almost taking them out, able to Psycho Cut down, and that is a good game. Alright, hopping into the next one. Galarian Rapidash into Nidoqueen, terrible lead, going to save switch into the Shadow Kanto Ninetales, and counter swapped into a Poliwrath, and this is looking like a bit of a hard counter. Going for the Psyshock, able to get the shield. Now that is very nice, because if you can give shield advantage to Galarian Rapidash, it can hopefully do quite a bit of damage. Oh, and the unfortunate overtap cost them the Weather Ball. Weather Ball wouldn't have done a whole lot, but any chip damage is good damage. They threw the Dynamic Punch, so they probably don't have... Oh, they do have Scald. Okay, they do have Scald. The Poliwrath with the Scald surprise. Oh my goodness. Going for the Body Slam there, and the opponent brings back in the Nidoqueen, trying to aggressively snipe, and they preserve the Poliwrath for the end game. The Lapras opting to no shield here, just the Poison Fang, and will be able to get off this Surf. Surf will be taking out the Nidoqueen, and I imagine we will see the Poliwrath come back in, as Poliwrath does have a very nice matchup here. Poliwrath does have some energy loaded, so this could get tough. Do you try and commit to the farm down if you're the Lapras? It looks like that's what they're trying to do. They're going to be double shielding, committing to the farm down, and hoping that the extra energy will be enough to take them out, and it's an Alolan Muck in the back. This is going to be tough. I believe there is a move loaded on Galarian Rapidash. So I believe the win con, oh, they're not able to catch. I was going to say the only win con is you need to do a sacrificial swap, hit the Body Slam, and win CMP on the Muck, and then you may have a chance to win. Unfortunately, not quite able to do that, and that is going to be a good game. Alright, and hopping into the final match of the first set, leading into a Shadow Lapras, and going to save switch into their own Lapras, and met with a regular Machamp. Regular Machamp does have a decent amount of bulk compared to the Shadow, so we may not see the shield here, as they really don't have to expend it. This Cross Chop will still do a nice chunk of damage. Cross Chop, and the counter will be taking them out. They're not able to get to that second Surf, which is tragic. Rapidash comes back in, and calling the bluff that they're short of the Rock Slide, which they are. That is just the double resisted Cross Chop. Back in comes the Shadow Lapras, and now going for the Megahorn. The question is, does Lapras respect the nuke move? They do not. That does big damage, and now Galarian Rapidash, very spammy with Psycho Cut, able to get to the Body Slam. Body Slam does get the shield, and now the Lapras is forced to throw, and it looks like they're deciding to let it go, trusting in the Shadow Kanto Ninetales, and there's a Hypno in the back. Confusions will chunk, but so will these Weather Balls from Shadow Kanto Ninetales. First Weather Ball gets it to about half health, just farming up as much as possible. They have two shields, so you're going to have to start using them. Even a Thunder Punch would be doing a decent amount of damage. Over farms by one, and now going for the Weather Ball. Gets the shield, that's very nice, and able to get a Fire Spin through as they throw. Turn differential there, a big benefit, and now going to overfarm here as well. Very nicely done, only taking one Confusion worth of damage, but able to get off two Fire Spins. Back in comes the Lapras, and the energy management absolutely calculated, and Shadow Kanto Ninetales closing strong and getting the 4-1, and that is a good game. Hopping into the second set, ooh, and it looks like it's nighttime. You love to see it. Very nice lead in Machamp. The opponent save switches into Shadow Hypno. Do they know? I really don't think they know. Megahorn, oh, Megahorn, plus a Psycho Cut. Able to one-shot the Hypno. Oh my goodness. They come in with XL Alolan Grimer, and now going to save switch into the Shadow Kanto Ninetales. I'm expecting to see shields come up here. They actually don't shield, and I believe that's a pretty big error by the opponent. Reason being, at this point, with the Rapidash in play, the Machamp will not have a lot of play, so I believe that saving the shields for the Grimer was probably the better cause of action. Now they're going to switch, and they bring back in the Machamp. Lapras will be able to get off a Surf, and the goal of Lapras is just to do as much damage as possible and to throw charge moves to burn the switch clock. Able to get to a second Surf, that is very, very nice. And now, switch clock's up, you can safely come back into the Rapidash, and now just start spamming out these Body Slams. Body Slam comes through, able to get the shield. Rapidash has 2 shields, and unfortunately, they go for the payback. Oh my goodness. Oh, what a call. Not going for the 2 shield flex, shielding up the payback, and that is a good game. Oh my goodness, the payback spice. You love to see it. Hopping into the next match. Oh, a Shadow Machamp. These leads are absolutely fantastic. The opponent's staying in, which is great. And look at that. 4 Psycho Cuts to a Body Slam. That is unreal. The opponent shields up, and now they're going to save switch into Electrode. This should just be a discharge or a foul play, and Kanto Ninetales can tank either one. Just a discharge, and now going to be firing back with the Weather Ball. Weather Ball lands, does a solid chunk of damage. Unfortunately, will get outpaced here. Oh, yeah. Electrode is very spammy, but if they can survive 1 Volt Switch, they should be able to farm down here. They do survive it. They're able to farm down, and they leave with a move. And I think you just blind throw here. Oh, they blind throw the Psyshock, but the opponent, recognizing they probably would, brought in a Hypno. Very nicely done by the opponent. And actually deciding to bring in the Rapidash into the Hypno. They are banking on the no shield from the Megahorn. Megahorn lands. Oh my goodness. Back in comes Shadow Machamp. Oh no. All the Hypno had to do was shield, and they had alignment. But they don't shield. A pretty big mistake by the opponent. Able to take advantage. Body Slam does get the shield. And now able to get to another Body Slam. If this is the Cross Chop, it will not KO. It is the Cross Chop. It does not KO. And now they're going to be able to get to the Body Slam. Body Slam will be taking out the Machamp, and that is a good game. Alright, so a lot of landed Megahorns in the video. You'll love to see it. Hopping into the next match against Electrode. Again, Electrode is a pretty solid pick for the Kanto Cup. It definitely outputs quite a bit of damage. Going for the foul play there. Oh, and a very nice catch on the Magneton. This Body Slam should still chunk, though. Does a decent amount. Brings in the Shadow Kanto Ninetales. And they farm down. Oh my goodness, the Magneton must have overtapped. They had the move. They overtap, and unfortunately, they're not able to get there. Hopping into the next match against a Rhydon on the lead and going for the Megahorn. This will be doing huge neutral damage to the Rhydon if not shielded. It lands, almost one-shotting the Rhydon, and they are going to commit the shield to the Galarian Rapidash, shielding up the Surf. The opponent has a Alolan Sandslash. No! This is so bad for the opponent. Oh, this is terrible. Shields at the Bulldoze, a Alolan Sandslash, showing why it should not be a safe switch, gets farmed all the way down. And from here, honestly, they can probably just farm down the Rhydon as well. Rhydon comes back in. Rhydon gets farmed down as well. And they have a Hex Alolan Marowak in the back. And we are not out of the woods yet, but able to land that Psyshock is very nice. And now with 2 shields, you can probably safely bait with the Weather Ball. Weather Ball does get the shield. Very nice. Ooh, tried to go for the Psyshock. Unfortunately, not quite able to get there. But from here, this should be a pretty straightforward win. They are going to bring in the Lapras, and we could see a potential sack onto the Rapidash. Going for the Surf, this, of course, will be getting the shield. And, ooh, switches into the Rapidash. The opponent does not throw, but able to get off the Megahorn. Megahorn will be resisted here, but still does a decent chunk of damage. Okay, that is not bad at all. Shadow Bone comes through, and from here, Lapras will be able to finish it off, and that is a good game. All right, and hopping into what I believe is the final match, Galarian Rapidash into Hypno. Let's run it back one last time here. Going for the Megahorn. There's just no way they're shielding. Absolutely not. Megahorn, it lands. Big damage there. Switches into the Lapras. Very nicely done. And catches the Shadow Ball this time. So able to successfully catch there. And they come in with a Shadow Victory Bell. Unfortunately, not quite able to get to the Skull Bash, but even a Surf will do some solid damage. And then you have some nice farm for either the Rapidash or the Ninetales. Opts to get ahead on energy with the Ninetales, and that ends up looking like a pretty good decision once Lapras comes in, because an energy lead will be very useful. Although Lapras shielding right off the bat and able to get a Fire Spin through, that is so nice. Getting that Fire Spin through is huge because unfortunately, the Lapras can safely tank a Weather Ball, whereas the Kanto Ninetales does not tank nearly as well. The aggressive switch back into the Rapidash, going for the Body Slam. Body Slam able to force the shield, and now farming up and getting there. Again, the 4 Psycho Cuts to a Body Slam is just unreal. Able to get them very low. Back in comes the Hypno. Over farming and now going to be going for the Body Slam. Body Slam will be taking out the Hypno and able to get to another Body Slam. Lapras unable to farm down. Galarian Rapidash outputting so much damage, and that is a good game. So all in all, some very, very fun battles. Galarian Rapidash is a very, very difficult Pokemon to use. It is very, very glassy. But the energy generation with Psycho Cut and the charge moves Body Slam and Megahorn can output a significant amount of damage. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And a special thank you, as always, to our members here on YouTube. The support you guys provide is absolutely incredible. So thank you guys oh so very much. And until next time, I've been HomeSliceHenry.